The first person I'm going to talk about is Johnny Turco. Sadly, Johnny left us early, but everyone who was here at the time he was here, he's being commemorated, as you know, every year at homecoming. They give the Johnny Turco Award out to the most valuable player at the homecoming game, which once again re-emphasizes who this man was. He was one of the top all-purpose athletes that come to Holy Cross. When he graduated in 1952, at that time he held school records for touchdown catches in a season and in a career, as well as points scored in a game and a season. This is, to me, is remarkable. Even today he holds the Crusaders' all-time mark for yards per reception in a season and yards per reception in his career. Now when you think about how the game has changed since 1952, I find it, I can see a rushing record still being intact or different things like that, but a receiving record intact, 48 plus 13, 61 years later is just a phenomenal accomplishment, which gives you an idea of the quality of football player he was. He excelled in the baseball diamond as well. He's part of the 1952 NCAA World Championship. Holy Cross won the World Series, the College World Series in 1952, and Johnny was a player on that team. After that, he continued on. He played minor league baseball for a few years. Sadly, he left us in 1960, but his son has followed his trail to Holy Cross. I'd like to, right now, have John Turco come on up and say a few words on behalf of his late father. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the Leadership Council and the Holy Cross Administration. I am very, very honored to be here tonight. As Dick mentioned, I'm a graduate, class of '79. I also have a daughter who graduated in 2012. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today. She had a prior commitment. I want to acknowledge my mom. She couldn't be here. She sends her regards. She's healthy and well, living in Florida, and it was just too much for her to be here tonight. My beautiful daughter Libby is with us. She's a freshman in high school, and my lovely girlfriend Beth Reddick is documenting this for posterity. A little bit about my dad. One of the things that Holy Cross did for him is opportunity. He was the youngest of 8 children, Italian immigrants. His father died when he was 17. His mother didn't speak English, basically raised by his siblings. And without a scholarship to Holy Cross, I don't think he would have went to college. So that right there started his life in the right direction. Some of you know about the Amelia Award, which was given for the most valuable player of the BC Holy Cross game. Probably a lot of you know about that. And he was fortunate to win that award in his junior year, which I believe would be 1950. I have a pin here. Remember '76, and unfortunately that was the massacre the year before when BC beat Holy Cross 76-0. I'm fortunate that I was given a lot of his papers, so I went back and looked through things to try to come up with something interesting to say today. What I didn't realize was that team was not very good. They were 3-6-1 going into the BC game. They were down 14-0, and they stormed back and won that game 32-14. He scored 4 touchdowns, and therefore he got the Most Valuable Player Award. Now that was presented by the Holy Cross Club of Boston. So about a month later they would have a banquet, and he had to give a speech, and Father Markey was telling me they took the speech giving course together, so I guess he was a pretty good speaker. I was talking to Dave Quehl. I went back and looked at the previous video of these ceremonies because I really didn't know what to expect. And the thing that comes through over and over again with these inductees is not so much the athletics, it's the quality of the person. It's Holy Cross promotes that in you, the good person in you. And that, I think, is what really shows through with all these great people who are here tonight. You have to give a speech at this Amelia dinner. And I'm lucky enough to have the speech. It's all written out in longhand, so I read the speech. And I was going to quote some of it, and Beth said, no, don't do that.
See you later.
I will just give you one quote that really hit me. And this was near the end of the speech. And he was speaking about Eddie Amelia, not himself, obviously. He says, at Holy Cross, our education stresses the development of the whole man. that is physically, morally, and mentally. Well, I think that's true for his generation, it's true for my generation, and I think it's true for the generations that is here now, and that's why Holy Cross means so much to me. So I want to thank you, and you enjoy the game.